What if Naruto is from a God Clan Part 4? Let's go. Naruto's now been watching each of the Genin teams and their senseis very closely, thinking about anything that he could learn from each one, or, if anything, if he can learn something from the students of those Genin teams. Though most of their skills depend on Kekkei Genkai, which would be kinda hard for Naruto to have. Now, of course, Naruto loves seeing many types of genjutsu, ninjutsu, and so on, and is even interested in some dojutsu, such as the Sharingan owned by Kakashi Hatake, though he's very intrigued by Might Guy, a very different kind of shinobi. No genjutsu, ninjutsu, or even really any chakra usage, except for a toad summoning. But not even that, it's a turtle. But not a fighting one, more of a... well, he doesn't even know. It's really just a turtle. Well, besides that, the only thing going for him is taijutsu. But even with just taijutsu, he's one of the most highly regarded people in all of Konoha. Even put up on the same level as Kakashi, who is pretty much a legend. And whilst not many even know about it, the 8 Gates technique is deadly. It's the forbidden ultimate taijutsu technique, though once learned and mastered, it's devastating. With pure taijutsu, Might Guy with the 8 Gates would likely be on the level of Kage, not even fully maxing out the power of all 8 Gates activated, as all of them would kill you after mere moments. Though when correctly applied, 5 or 6 gates should be used without a problem, still giving you enough power, though not leaving any long-term damage, or killing you. Naruto wants to learn this technique, as he's learned that his regenerative abilities are far above that of normal people. When he gets grapes off of training, or anything really, he regenerates much faster than he did when he was younger. And really, his regenerative abilities have just increased over the years. He doesn't know why, how, or when. Each time he sees him regenerating, it's just better, faster, and stronger. As a child, he regenerated as a normal human, though now, a bone injury which would take a normal person a week to heal, he can heal in less than a day. So even if he got many injuries with the 8 Gates, he could heal them much faster, especially if his regenerative abilities kept increasing more and more, or if he was able to control them and train them. That'd be even better. Though he's not gonna hope for much, as Kurama told him to stay humble and to keep expectations to a minimum. First things first, he would need to actually be able to learn the technique in the first place. There's only one person that could teach the 8 inner gates, and that's Might Guy. But how in the hell could he control, or in the best scenario, convince Might Guy, one of the highly regarded Jonin, to train Naruto? I mean, if anything, he's gonna train his older siblings, or his own students. There's another fighter which Might Guy has apparently taken liking to, which is named Rock Lee. Naruto knows him a little bit, but in the worst case, Rock Lee would have to be eliminated. But enough of that. Naruto can think about this later. For now, he needs to know what he's gonna do in the next few weeks. He now has his leaf headband, and basically dropped out as a shinobi, unofficially of course. So what's he gonna do now? Even if he's a shinobi, none of the villagers will accept that. So what will he do, whilst his teammates are gonna be doing D-rank missions and even harder soon? Or even going into the Chunin exams? What the hell would he do? But then it came to him. If no one knew that it was Naruto as a shinobi, then no one would complain, right? Now Naruto has taken very much of a liking to the Anbu. Their shadows, how they cover themselves up, their speed, sensing abilities, and teamwork, their preciseness, and ways to follow orders. Of course, he is aware of the split between the Root and the Black Ops, However, he still admires both parties. Even if he hates Danzo, he still admires the Root, as they have their own way of working in a team, following orders and executing missions, and even though he hates what they stand for, he admires them nonetheless. Naruto, knowing that there would be many missions active with Anbu working in them at night or earliest in the evening, he first had to wait. He noticed that the Genin teams went away from their leader pretty early already, so he wasn't gonna miss much. He went home, relaxed, slept a little bit, as he knew the night would get dangerous. At 8 PM sharp, Naruto left his home, dressed in complete black, but without his leaf headband. Yes, it meant a lot to him, but he didn't want it to be seen. Today, at least. As Naruto was gonna pretend to be a criminal. He would need to steal the mask and the rest of the equipment of one Anbu member, and lucky for him, there was a 3-man Anbu team going right towards him, as Naruto stationed himself in one of the thickest parts of the forest nearby, as he was perfect at hiding in the trees and catching his opponents off guard, and that's exactly what he did. He took out one after the other. He was able to completely diminish his chakra into mere nothingness, so no one could notice that he was even there, and was able to pick one after the other up, silently and fast. So after only 3 seconds, 3 different Anbu had all been taken out and knocked unconscious by a 12-year-old. Naruto didn't even need to use any ninjutsu. Just his speed was enough. He chose the Anbu that was a little bit smaller than the other two, which was about the same height as Naruto, a little bit taller, but Naruto would still grow, so it'd be fine. But for now, he needed an outfit that would kind of match his posture and height. Naruto took the mask, some other accessories from the other 2 Anbu, and then one complete Anbu outfit, and left, with no traces except the 3 knocked out shinobi. These were Root Anbu. Naruto wasn't concerned what branch the Anbu were from, though it would come back to bite him later on. Naruto went back to sleep as if nothing ever happened, and then woke up in the next morning and got ready for the day. This was once again a day of spying on the Genin teams. He knew that each one would have a little bit of different tests, and he would observe what kind of tests each sensei had. He saw an interesting one with Kakashi, which was passed down all the time from Team 7, and Team 7 was notorious for having it. It was called the Bell Test, first invented by Tobirama, and then passed down through each of the captains / senseis, as each one of the senseis was a student of the previous one. So, the test was passed along, and now it was being executed by Kakashi. Might Guy, of course, had a taijutsu-based test, as that was the only thing that he could really do, which was anyone that hit him would pass. Of course, there was a psychological element of it, but Naruto didn't really care that much about it. He wanted to see other people's skills, and that's it, really. Naruto was observing and mentally taking notes. Then there was also Kurenai and Asuma, each one doing a similar test to Guy, though they of course used ninjutsu as well. Nothing hard though, nothing that would hurt their students, though Kakashi was a little bit more brutal, even using genjutsu to scare off his genin, even scarring one to tear up and cry out for help. Though of course she would be fine afterwards. Naruto was interested in Kakashi as a sensei the most. He knew that Kakashi was part of the Anbu back in the day, especially because Naruto personally used to be somewhat attached to Kakashi, though that backfired as well. Kakashi was Minato's student after all, and Kakashi had similar views as Jiraiya. Now, Kakashi didn't actively seek out Naruto to bully him, though it did happen occasionally, but it still hurt. Naruto is gonna be better than any sensei of these, better than any Anbu, better than any shinobi. He was gonna be the shinobi and teach all the others, rather than be taught himself. He was gonna take Kurama's teachings to heart and become the real shinobi. What a shinobi should be. Naruto hears a bang. When looking up, he saw smoke. It came from the Hokage's office. But that's going to be it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm sorry, but if I'm going to be honest, I think the series is going to end pretty soon. I'm just not really feeling it whilst writing, and don't get me wrong, it's a okay series, but I feel like I can do better, but I will still wrap this series up. Anyways, see you in the next one. Also, thanks for the massive support. I do really appreciate it.